My sister blew out her birthday candles at her party and said, "I wish my brother would die so I can finally be an only child." I was standing 4 feet away holding a glass of wine I'd bought myself, a $340 cashmere scarf for her in the car, having driven 94 miles to be there. She leaned over the cake, made this theatrical little pause, and set it into a room of 31 people like she was announcing the weather. My first thought wasn't even about me, it was about my mother, seated at the head of the table, whose face went through 3 expressions in under 2 seconds. Surprise, something else, then a smile she tried to hide behind her champagne flute, like someone watching a plan arrive 1 step early. I didn't understand that smile yet. I do now. The room went quiet. My father said her name, sharp and low. She ignored him. She always knew he would let her. "I've wished it every year since I was 8, she said, already reaching for the cake server. Every single candle. Same wish. Finally felt like saying it out loud. She looked directly at me. "Don't look at me like that. You know the world would be easier without you in it." Our aunt stood up so fast her chair rocked. My mother said, "Sweetheart, this isn't the time." She looked at me, not at my sister, at me, and said, soft and apologetic, "You know she doesn't mean it literally." My sister picked up the cake knife. "I mean it a little literally," she said, and cut into the cake. My father pulled me outside to the patio. We stood under the pergola he built the summer I turned 12. He looked at the yard for a long time, then said my sister had been like this since she found out about the house. I asked what house. His face did something careful and he said, "Nothing. Forget I said that," and went back inside. I stood out there for 11 minutes watching the time on my phone. Then I said goodbye to 31 people and drove 94 miles home, and I thought about the house. For 3 weeks I thought about the house. What I'd always assumed about my family was simple. My parents were straightforwardly fair. Not equally attentive. She got more of my mother's time, more calls, more dinners, but underneath it all, roughly even. She'd borrowed money twice that I knew about. Once from our parents for a security deposit. Once from me directly, $1,800. When her car got repossessed, she'd paid back $400. But I'd believed there was an invisible scale keeping things level. I hadn't checked. 3 weeks later at Thanksgiving, my mother pulled me to the basement to move boxes that didn't need moving. When I was done, she stood with her back to me and said my sister was struggling with comparison. She looks at your career, your apartment, your independence. She feels like she got less. Then, everyone got what they needed. We've always been fair. Not we treated you equally, what they needed. She walked back upstairs and the conversation was over the way her conversations always end. Not with a conclusion, but with her deciding to stop. I called our Aunt Celia 2 days later. She's the kind of woman who doesn't believe in keeping secrets from the people they're kept from. I asked if she knew anything about a house. Long pause. "Who told you?" she said. She told me carefully. Our parents had bought a condo in my sister's name about 3 years ago, 20 minutes from their house. Nice place. My sister lived in it. The condo. I knew the condo. I'd helped her move into it 2.5 years ago. 4 trips in my car. I'd carried a mattress up 3 flights of stairs and pulled a muscle in my shoulder that hurt for 6 weeks. She'd told me she was renting it for $1,650 a month. She'd complained it was too expensive and she was thinking about getting a roommate. My parents owned it. Purchased for $338,500. They'd put $85,000 down. They'd been collecting rent from her that went straight back to them, and they had never told me it existed. I'm an accountant. I know what paper trails look like. I spent the next month following one. Property records. An old bank statement from my mother I'd thrown in a drawer 3 years ago and never opened. A photo from the birthday party our cousin had posted, enlarged on my screen, showing a framed portrait on the sideboard I hadn't noticed standing in the room. Silver frame, small engraving, with love on the occasion of the signing. October, 3 years ago, the month they bought the condo. They'd had a formal celebration. My grandmother had been there. I hadn't been invited. I didn't know it existed. What I found next changed everything I thought I knew about how my family had been built around me. Full story is only on Spotify. Search Lomu Stories. It's free.